I am here to let you know that you can change your relationship to your period. It doesn't have to be a time of the month that you don't enjoy. Your period, your moon, your monthly cycle, menstruation, ant flow. I felt called to just sit down and do this video. I started my feed yesterday, so I am on day 2. I remember a young version of me where I used to frantically hide my pad, had to bring my whole purse to the bathroom to make sure that nobody knew, praying that the girl in the stall next to me wouldn't hear me rip the pad off the underwear or use the little disposable trash because I was so embarrassed to be on my cycle. There's a lot of hush when it comes to openly talking about our periods unless we're complaining about them or referring to them as sort of a curse. And I think that society's idea in general toward cycles definitely shifted me to feel like it was something to be ashamed about or embarrassed about. As I got older, some of the shame I felt around being on my cycle started to strip away, but I still didn't like my period. I would pretty much loathe it. I was just so excited for it to be over. I am here today to let you know that you can change your relationship to your period. It doesn't have to be a time of the month that you don't enjoy. It can be something to look forward to and something to celebrate. Changing my mindset and even my language around my cycle is just one of the key things that helped me shift my view from dreading my cycle to embracing it and even celebrating it. One of the things that really helped me is to shift my language. When I share that I'm on my cycle with people, it's never like, oh, I'm on my cycle, I can't do this. It's like, yes, I'm on my bleed and here's what I'm gonna do, and get excited about it. I'll be sharing some rituals that I've embraced, romanticized my moon cycle. And now I truly feel the most feminine when I'm bleeding. I look in the mirror and just see a gorgeous woman. And I want all of you to feel this way too. One thing that really helps is to have special rituals set aside just for that time of month. This particular one is new for me, but I got this red dress on my last moon cycle while I was at Spirit Weavers, which is a gathering in the wilderness where you were surrounded by women. Since I wore it on my period last month, I plan to wear it again on my period this month and continue to wear it ever after that. This dress is hot. It's red. What better color to wear during my bleed, but it doesn't have to be a red dress. Just find something that makes you feel hot and makes you feel feminine and wear it every month on your cycle. I don't know if I will be wearing this one out of the house this time. I might just wear it around home because it is pretty sexy and I just don't know if I want that much attention from strangers. A little bit of like the fear of being seen is coming in, but I think it's powerful even to just wear something that makes you feel good while you're at home, reminds you how sexy and how sacred you are. Even though this dress is gorgeous, it's also comfy. It has a looser silhouette and just kind of flows with the body. I do recommend wearing comfier clothes on your bleed just because you'll feel better and you won't constantly be pulling at something that is somewhat of a sensory nightmare. This can be anything from maxi skirt, dresses, pants that are a little bit looser instead of tight. I like to go for tops that are either loose or have some stretch, just so that way I can feel my best. This doesn't mean wear stuff that's frumpy. I still like to put myself together. I just find that when I put together a cute outfit in the morning, I embody that throughout the day and I just feel better. So really dress for the mood that you want to feel. Make sure you're nourishing your body. This is not the time to skip meals. I don't really encourage ever skipping meals, especially for us as women. Being fed and well nourished is hot. Whoever told you you had to be skinny was just trying to sell you something. I try to prioritize warming foods around my cycle because it is your body's inner winter, which means this is a time of the month when your body is the coolest on the inside. If you've been here before, you know that I drink this all the time, but it's just warm water with lemon and sea salt. If I'm feeling extra sweet, I'll add a little bit of honey. Personally, I try to stay away from iced beverages when I'm on my cycle and just drink warm teas, warm water, even lukewarm water if you don't want to do warm water. That being said, all of this is just advice. Every single body is different and you are the number one expert on your more internal wisdoms. And if your body is craving ice water, maybe you're somewhere where it's 100 degrees plus, don't be like, oh my God, I'm on my cycle. I've got to just starve myself because I can't drink this ice water. Obviously, use common sense, but I do recommend just trying for 1 or 2 cycles to mostly drink warm beverages and see how you feel. I also try to opt for warm breakfast when I'm on my period. Lately, for me, that has been a really big, nourishing bowl of oatmeal. A few other warm meal ideas could be eggs, broth, sweet potato, soups, etc. Anything with ginger or cinnamon is also going to warm the body because those are warming spices. I also tend to eat beets as a snack when I'm on my bleed. Anything with iron is great when you're bleeding too. I also like watermelon. I know that's a cold food, so it sounds opposite end advice, but it's also really important to stay hydrated during our cycle, and we have increased hydration needs at this time. My favorite tea for my cycle has been raspberry leaf tea. I am currently purchasing it, so I'll show you the brand that I'm getting it from. However, my mom has raspberry bushes in her front yard, and so I'm planning to harvest some of the leaves and create my own raspberry leaf tea in the near future, so I will keep you updated on how that goes. I know that there are other herbs and teas that you can use to support your cycle. Raspberry leaf is the only one that I have really tried, but I am definitely open to trying more. So if you have any herbs that you swear by to support your womb, especially during your cycle, please comment them down below. I also seed cycle. This is something that you can do throughout your entire cycle, the entire 28 or however many days. You switch seeds depending where you are in your cycle. During menstruation, you want 1 tablespoon of flaxseed a day and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds a day. You can eat, especially the pumpkin seeds, on your own. I've been adding it to my oatmeal, smoothies, put it on top of some ice cream, bake it into some nourishing cookies. I believe that the period products you use can affect your overall cycle. I like to use period panties. They are my favorite. I generally don't use them throughout my whole cycle because I only have 3 pairs as of now. I also use organic pads. I think it's important to use organic products. It's right in contact with your yoni, so why would I put something that's synthetic and not really regulated down there? I don't really like to wear tampons. I will if I'm going swimming at a public place, and when I do wear them, I always do organic cotton, but it's rare. I've had the same box for I think over a year now because I just rarely ever wear tampons. I feel like that blood is supposed to be coming out of the body, so why put a tampon or something into my body that holds it inside? That is just my personal opinion. No shade if you are a tampon girly. Womb oiling can feel really nice, especially if you're experiencing cramp. It can be really nice to do a warm oil below my belly button. I actually like to go in downward strokes, and then I will go clockwise all the way around my belly button, all the way across my belly, and then go back counterclockwise. You can do this with castor oil, olive oil, any body oil that you have. I also track my cycle. I like to track on a traditional calendar versus on an app. That being said, when I had a partner, I was tracking on an app just so they could kind of check in and see where I was. The reason I think doing it on the calendar is important is because it keeps you really in tune with your body, and it gives you a really great understanding of how your body feels during different seasons of your cycle. When you do it on the phone, you're just a little bit more out of tune. They might send you notifications saying, oh, you might be feeling this way today. And the truth of it is, not everybody is going to feel the same way all the time. So the best way to really tap into how you feel is to use an actual calendar. The other thing that is nice about using the calendar is it makes it easy, especially if your calendar already has the moon phases on it, to see where you are with the moon. I love to see how my cycles align with the moon. Oftentimes, I will bleed with the new moon and ovulate with the full moon. This is not the case for me right now in this moment, but it is something to pay attention to. And also, how dope is it that you can look at the sky and figure out like if you're about to ovulate or about to bleed? Traditionally, women were very in sync with the moon. I adjust my workouts for my cycle as well. I mostly do yoga. I would be lying if I said I did a lot of really intense workouts. Right before my cycle and the first few days of my cycle, I usually ease off of vinyasas, especially really heated vinyasas, and go for more of a hatha or even a yin yoga. That being said, don't stop yourself from doing a movement if your body is really craving it. At one point, I took that advice way too seriously and my body was craving vinyasas and I just wasn't doing them because I'm like, oh, well, I'm on my cycle. We're not just these fragile beings. You're still very capable of things, especially if you're used to doing it. If you do a heated vinyasa every day, then you can probably do it when you're on your cycle, but maybe allow yourself to let that ego go and take a break and chill out in child's pose or a seated meditation for part of it. I actually find that walking when I'm on my cycle helps ease some of my symptoms and kind of rejuvenates my mind. I'm probably not going to do a 10-mile hike with a bunch of incline, but just light walking and still keeping my step count up is really helpful. I wouldn't go to a bar class because I don't do bar a lot. I do it sometimes and I can do it, but I'm probably not going to try a super intensive workout like that when I'm in the middle of my cycle. It's time for things that are a little bit more easeful. Prioritize rest. We're cyclical beings. As women, our flow tells us that it's time to rest. And no, scrolling on your phone is not rest. I don't care if you're lying down. It's not rest. One of the ways to do this is just prioritize getting to bed at a decent time. It always feels like we have so much to do and can't go to bed, but most of the time for me, if I'm not getting enough sleep and I really look back at what I did, I spend a lot of time wasting time. Taking a hot, warm bath, sitting outside with a cup of tea, painting, reading, catching up with a girlfriend. There's so many options for rest. Be okay with having boundaries. Don't feel obligated to say yes to everything and to go to everything. If people are inviting you to a lot of social events and you know you're going to be on your cycle, maybe you want to stay home and say no to all of them. That's okay. Maybe you want to go to one of them. It's okay to say no. We live in a culture and society that is go, go, go. Just not the way any of us are meant to operate. When you remember that your cycle is your body's inner winter and you think about what nature does during winter, most of the trees are resting. A lot of the animals are hibernating. It's okay to take it easy and really prioritize that. Resting with a heating pad is my favorite. I will often lay down, especially on day one, and watch one of my comfort movies or read a book with my heating pad. Or if I do need to be on my computer working, I'll usually have my heating pad chilling on my belly. It just feels so good and it eases the cramps. I don't take ibuprofen or anything for my cramps. I like to just treat them naturally. So going for walks, warm liquids, the raspberry leaf tea, the heating pad, womb oiling, all seems to work really, really well for me. There are also little herbal tinctures and stuff that you can get specifically for cramps. I know that I took one last month that somebody gave me. It worked. But those are my best tips for romanticizing your moon cycle, my favorite rituals to love myself on my period. I would love to hear from you if any of these helped you, if any of these are things that you've already adopted, or if you have any of your own rituals. Please comment below. If you have a story of going from shame to your period to embracing it, I want to hear about that too. That is my favorite way to watch women level up. And I look forward to reading your comments, and I hope that when the time comes, you have a happy bleed.